Hi everybody. First of all, my name is Liz Finnegan, formerly Swanson, of Swedish descent, so if that buys me any extra credit for this speech, I'll take it. Jen is one of my dearest friends from growing up. I'm very sad that I'm not able to be there today to toast Jen and Douglas in person, but I hope that this speech does a little bit of justice in my absence. I met Jen, who back in the day was known better as Jenny, for the record, in elementary school, and we bonded over chorus and school lunches and talent shows and many other elementary school activities. Our friendship continued through middle school, where we endured awkward dances with even more awkward hair and outfits. We had the occasional middle schooler fight and many sleepovers. In high school, our social lives evolved into driving around the neighboring town of Crystal Lake in my rather large Buick that I had at the time, giggling over boys that we followed. Sorry, Steve and Joy. And we usually topped the night off with an Oreo shake from Applebee's, which was one of our faves. Since we both left Woodstock, we've done our best to remain close, exchanging visits and keeping tabs on one another as best we can. Our visits, for obvious reasons, have become fewer and farther between, but even still, I feel like Jen and I have one of those friendships that no matter how long it's been since we've seen each other or spoken, when we do get to see each other or speak, it feels just like it was the last time. It doesn't feel like it's been a long time, and this is something that I really love about our friendship, and I feel it's something that makes us such close friends, that we will always feel like close friends even when we're not so close. All this being said, I feel like I know a thing or two about Jen, and I would like to give a few tips to Douglas to help him succeed in his union with Jennifer. So the first thing is to love Jen for her height and never let her forget how gorgeous she is. Jen has grown to be this incredibly self-assured person with impeccable fashion sense that you all see before you right now. I haven't seen the dress on her, obviously, but I'm certain that she looks amazing. She's always had that in her, but because she was a smidge taller than all the rest of the kids, particularly the boys, she made a point to always wear flat shoes. And somewhere along the way, I think it must have been in college, she decided that her desire for pretty shoes trumped that of wanting to look boys directly in the eye. And for that, I am very proud of her. And so should you be, Douglas. So encourage her to continue embracing her beautiful tallness. The second tip is to always hold her hand. Though it has lain dormant for quite some time now, those of us who knew Jen in her younger days remember that she has a bit of a trick ankle that can occasionally give out, causing her to tumble. Douglas, I don't know when or where this could happen, but someday this trick ankle will return and Jen will fall from her vast height and pretty shoes, and you should always be there to save her. Number 3 is that if you ever really need to get something done, you should do it while Jen is sleeping. In all my years, I have never met someone who is a more sound sleeper than Jen is. For example, during the many aforementioned sleepovers, one of the things that myself and some of Jen's other loving friends would do for fun is, after Jennifer had fallen asleep, we would use Joel, who was a very small child then, we would use his farm animals, toys, to build a farm onto Jen's sleeping body. This would be a full-on, complete farm with animals and buildings and farm equipment and all sorts of accessories that took quite a bit of time to construct, and there was lots of giggling, and Jen stayed sleeping the entire time. But just to warn you, Douglas, if you should ever partake in such shenanigans while Jen is sleeping, and I hope that you do, beware on the rare occasion that Jen should awake. You have poked an angry bear, and now you should run and hide. And number 4. This is an important one. No matter what, and I mean anything, including but not limited to ice cream, chicken patties, Flintstone vitamins, soda, more lengthy wedding ceremonies than you may have requested. Anything Steve Rust should offer you, you just tell him yes immediately and accept it with a smile and a thank you. In my vast experience of being offered a wide variety of things by Jen's dad, Steve, I have often tried to decline them politely and offer a laundry list of reasons for my answer of no. But not once was my decline accepted. I always ended up eating the chicken patty or the ice cream or having the very large wedding ceremony delivered by Steve. So you will waste hours of your time trying to tell Steve no thank you, and he will always prevail. But just remember, it's offered in the Rust spirit of kindness. So Douglas, for your own sake, just say yes to Steve. And number 5, my final tip for you, Douglas, is to be the best friend that you can be. For many years, Jen has been a great friend to me, and through thick and thin, she has stuck with me. She is loyal and kind and funny and smart. She's witty and beautiful. She is an incredible friend that you are lucky to have found. All of us who know her well and have had the honor of knowing all of these qualities for many years are happy to share her friendship with you, as long as you promise to treat that friendship very well and to make her feel as loved and special as we all know that she deserves to feel. So this ends my tips to Douglas for a successful marriage to Jennifer, and I hope that you find these helpful, and I look forward to meeting you someday and check up on your progress. Something that I haven't mentioned is that Jen was the maid of honor at my own wedding over 8 years ago, and as such, in the American tradition, she gave a speech at my own reception. Now I do know that Jennifer gave a wonderful and heartfelt speech, but as anyone who's had a wedding of their own knows that your own wedding goes by in a blur and there's not a whole lot at the end that you remember very clearly. But what I do remember very clearly about Jen's maid of honor speech is that it ended with both of us crying, and then we both got up and hugged. And I'm devastated that I am not there in person delivering this speech so that I can have the ending of the speech. So first, could someone please make note for me and let me know as soon as possible whether or not I got Jen to cry. And then second, and most importantly, could somebody nearest to Jennifer, or possibly extra crispy Liz, or someone else, please get up and give Jen your most authentic and loving friend hug, sent especially from me to her. So now, I will raise my glass in wishing Jennifer and Douglas a long and happy journey in life together. Skål! Bye-bye!